Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Sarah Afifah, a student of English Teaching Department at Islamic University Mahmud Yunus Batu Sangkar. So in this video, I will explain the audiovisual media that I made as a final assignment for the instructional media for teaching English as a foreign language course. So the text titled is A Day at Ragunan Zoo is a recount text that narrates the writer's personal experience of visiting Ragunan Zoo in Jakarta with their family. So the text is written in the past tense, which is typical for recount text that tells about past events. So the structure of the text is like the common recount text. The first one is orientation or introduction. So the writer introduced the background of the story, mentioning the trip that took place on Saturday with their family, and also specifies for the location, like Ragunan Zoo in Jakarta, and the time of departure. It's early in the morning. And the second one is the series of events. So the writers describe the visit to different sections of the zoo. The first one they went to the premise sections, and then reptiles house, and then bird sanctuary, and the last they went to the big cat enclosures. The last structure is reorientation or conclusions. And the writers reflects on the amazing animals they saw, and then the fun they had with their family. So the writers conclude that it was a day that they would cherish for a long time. And then at the end of this video, there are also 10 questions. These questions are multiple choice, and you are given 5 seconds to choose the correct answer after the questions are read. This media is based on the phase, and the element is reading, with learning objective and criteria for achieving learning objective that have been determined previously. So here I have 4 learning objectives. The first one is students are able to understand the main idea of the main information from the recount text about the text of semester holiday experience. And from this learning objective, I have one criteria for achieving, that is the students are able to identify the main idea, the main information from recount text about vacationing at the zoo. And the second learning objective is the students are able to understand detailed information from the recount text in sharing the ends of the semester holiday experience. So from this learning objective, I have 7 criteria for achieving. The first one is identify detailed information about when to go to the zoo, and then information about the name of the zoo, where the zoo is located. The next, who went to the zoo with, and then what vehicle they used to go to the zoo, and then about how they felt at the zoo, and the last, the identify information about what can be seen at the zoo. And my third learning objective, the students are able to understand the implied meaning of the recount text about sharing the ends of the semester holiday experience. So here I have 2 criteria for achieving. The first one, students are able to identify the ending of the story, and then students are able to identify the feeling of the characters when going on vacation. And the last learning objective is the students are able to identify aspect of language in the recount about the end of semester holiday experience. So the criteria here to achieve is only one, that is students are able to identify the meaning of 5 new vocabulary from the recount text. So the media I made here is an animation video. So some reason for choosing the animation media, that is the first one is attracting students' attention. Because animation is more visually interesting than regular text, so it has colorful and dynamic animation. Students will be more focused and enthusiastic to learn. And the next reason is suitable for learning recount text. In recount text about holiday to the zoo, animation can be shown various information such as places, characters, and activities, and also the atmosphere that is stored, so that students can identify main information, details, and language aspect more effectively. And the third one, improving learning retention. Animation media combines audio and visual elements, which helps students remember the material longer than just reading the text only. And the reason I choose animated video as learning media is because this media allows students build their own understanding, especially related to the vocabulary that they may not have been knowledge before. For example, in a context about holiday to the zoo, there is a term like primate sections. For the students who are not familiar with it, animated video can help them understand the meaning of the term through visual content. And every change in the story in this video will be followed by a change in the background so that students can link the new vocabulary with the visual image shown. So in this way, they will not only memorize the vocabulary but also understand the meaning contextually, which is of course more effectively and enjoyable. So that concludes the explanation about the media I created. So now let's watch the animation video I prepared. A day at Ragunan Zoo. Last Saturday, I anticipated an exciting trip to Ragunan Zoo in Jakarta with my family. We drove there in my dad's car, arriving early in the morning. The zoo was bustling with people, which made the atmosphere lively. Our first stop was the primate section, where we saw many types of monkeys and some intimidating gorillas. Then, we explored the reptile house, looking at creatures like pythons and alligators. In the bird sanctuary, I admired colorful parrots and peacocks spreading its feathers. After lunch, we went to the big cat enclosures, where lions and tigers roamed, separated by thick glass walls. As we left, I reflected on the amazing animals and the fun I had with my family. It was a day I will cherish for a long time. What was the destination of the trip described in the text? A. Ragunan Zoo, B. Taman Safari, C. Ancol Beach, and D. Jakarta Aquarium. The answer is A. Ragunan Zoo. Next question. Which part of the zoo had colorful parrots and a peacock? A. Primate section, B. Reptile house, C. Bird sanctuary, and D. Big cat enclosure. The answer is C. Bird sanctuary. Next question. What activity did the family do after lunch? A. Visited the bird sanctuary, B. Explored the reptile house, C. Went to the big cat enclosures, and D. Drove back home. The answer is C. Went to the big cat enclosures. Number 4. What tense is the mostly used in the recount text? A. Present tense, B. Past tense, C. Future tense, and D. Present continuous tense. The answer is B. Past tense. The answer is Number 5. What is the correct synonym for cherish in the last sentence? A. Ignore, B. Appreciate, C. Forget, and D. Dislike. The answer is B. Appreciate. Question number 6. Identify the past tense verb in the sentence. We drove there in my dad's car, arriving early in the morning. A. Drove, B. Arriving, C. Early, and D. Morning. The answer is A. Drove. Number 7. Which part of the zoo had colorful parrots and a peacock? A. Primate section, B. Reptile house, C. Bird sanctuary, and D. Big cat enclosures. The answer is C. Bird sanctuary. Number 8. What separates the visitors from the big cats in their enclosures? A. Metal bars, B. Thick glass walls, C. Fences, and D. Nets. The answer is B. Thick glass walls. Which word is closest meaning to intimidating? A. Friendly, B. Scary, C. Small, and D. Calm. The answer is B. Scary. Last question. Find the adverb in this sentence. We admired colorful parrots and a peacock spreading its feathers. A. Admired, B. Colorful, C. Its, and D. Spreading. The answer is B. Colorful. How many questions can you answer correctly, friends? It's okay. Always be enthusiastic about learning, okay? See you on my next adventure. Goodbye!